I'm Nadishani Pereira, the Executive Director of Transparency International Sri Lanka. I think my colleagues here explain very well the nature of this proposed anti-terrorism bill. It is clear that these provisions have been made not really to target and penalize or prevent acts of terrorism, but rather to confer a broad range of power well above already what the executive has, to basically curtail civic space, curtail all types of democratic rights that we essentially need. Now, this bill is being proposed in a context where the country has faced a bankruptcy, and people from all walks of life in this country came together last year, linking the economic crisis and bankruptcy with the governance, saying that there was a governance issue, it was the entrenched corruption, lack of accountability, and the wrong decisions and mismanagement of economy that led to the crisis. And it is widely accepted. There is even the government or no party says that there is no corruption. In fact, the IMF agreement highlights the importance of ensuring critical anti-corruption reform in order to actually recover from where we are. Now, it is essential, therefore, that at this time for the country, we need to be able to have a context where the people need to be able to hold the government, the public officials accountable for every act they do right now to bring the country back to where it needs to be, to recover the economy. Every dollar we are getting right now is so precious for us. People are dying, people are suffering because without having access to their basic needs, country is suffering, and every decision that the government will take is critical. And it is normal that when you have power, but when there are no checks and balances, or if people cannot seek clarity, ask information, or hold the parties accountable, then the capacity, the prevalence of abuse will be there. In fact, it is as long as if these international or financial institutions or our international community that is promising essential critical support for us right now, if they want to see that actually the expected benefit comes from the precious public money that they are giving to our nations, then they have to ensure that the people of Sri Lanka, including citizens, trade unions, activists, civil society, media, they need to have the kind of environment where they can question the decisions of the government. They can seek information, the right information. They can protest when decisions are not being taken for the best interests of the country and the people. Now, what this act seeks to do is to take away that space. In fact, take away in the most harsh possible way. Take away by creating a chilling effect that you can be arrested, you can be detained by just a police officer simply for questioning these things, simply for expressing your opposition to the decisions of the government. Now, this is the opposite of what the environment needs to be if this country has to recover from an economic point of view. Now, it is an illusion to think that we can achieve the economic goal while compromising or taking away democratic space or the rights of people. It does not stand. It's not reality. I mean, it is understood that the country is in a situation of kleptocracy, and these kind of tactics are like seems very common. You see this like textbook type tactics that are done by corrupt people to ensure their power is to ensure that people can't question. You scare people away. So this is our concern. We call upon the opposition parties, all political parties, legislators, do not think that you will not be affected by this. Your ability to dissent, in fact, your duty to dissent and to question government and to seek accountability will be threatened. We call upon all citizens, including business community, to stand strong to oppose this very blatant move to dismantle whatever the democracy we have. In fact, we see a very harsh, regrettable democratic deficit that's happening in the country, and this is only going to intensify it. So we call upon the government to actually not go forward with this and actually to uphold the international standards that it is saying that it will, because actually this act goes against all international standards. A good criminal law needs to be narrow and specific, so that actually the judiciary or the lawyers can identify the wrongdoer. In fact, what this does is you make it so broad and you take away that entire presumption of innocence. So this is where this is what I feel, and we asking our government and all parties that are looking at the recovery of this country to consider, to take note of this bill and to actually retract on this. Thank you.
You're watching the Lifetraveler channel.